What's up guys, Cardfight Protagonist here, and today I have a deck profile for you guys, which is the Gavrail deck from Vishal. So my friend Vishal has finally brought his Angel Feather deck, and I've been looking to find an Angel Feather deck profile for a while for you guys. And this deck is apparently very strong right now because of the new Rescue archetype. Rescue allows you to do additional drive checks. The reason why is because in order to explain more of it, I'll explain first explain what the hell is Rescue. So what Rescue does is, when you perform Rescue, you may put the top card of the deck into your damage zone.
Heal one first.
Oh, heal one first. Okay, you may heal one card. You face down or face up, right?
Yeah, this one is any heal.
Yeah, so you can either heal a face up or face down, which is good because you can refill your costs for Counter Blast. And after that, you put one card from the top of the deck into your damage zone.
It's trigger check.
Trigger check.
Yeah.
Oh, it's trigger check.
Okay,
so
you get to activate triggers.
So the reason why this is good because it gives you additional drive checks. So imagine this, cards like the new Gavrail Strike allows you to do a double Rescue, which means you check the top two cards of the deck and if it happens to check a trigger, it will enter the trigger zone and power up your rearguards, which is really amazing because in a way you're getting 5 drive checks in a turn because you're potentially able to check 5 triggers. So that's why this deck is really good now because it has a balance of offense and defense right now. Previously it was a very defensive deck. Now Busher has actually given the deck more power so that you are able to push for game. So let's go on the deck profile. First 4 copies of Gavrail, the Grade 3 Gavrail from GBT-3. The GBT-4, sorry. Alright, what her skill does is GB2. As long as a card enters the damage zone, during your turn or opponent's turn, your unit on the front row gains has 2k power. This unit is very good because not only it activates on your turn, it activates on your opponent's turns as well. So if your opponent were to attack you, you can actually perform some Rescue if you're able to, because some cards allow you to perform Rescue, such as the Perfect Guard is Rescue? Yeah, Perfect Guard actually rescues. So you'll be able to pump up your power, escape a lot of magic numbers. So as long as you activate it once, you're basically going to guard for 5k less for each attack your opponent pulls at you. So this card is a very powerful card because of its defensive capabilities during opponent's turn. Second ability is whenever it performs Strike, you may Counter Blast one, and if you pay the cost, you may check the top 3 cards of the deck and choose one card and put it into your damage zone. Rest of them put at the bottom of your deck. Then after that, select one card in your damage zone in face up and superior card to your rearguard circle, and it gives us 2k power. So Counter Blast 1 for recruiting 1 in the damage zone is very good because basically like what Rekka said, the damage zone is now your second hand. So that's very good. Alright, let's go to the next Grade 3s. 3 copies of the new Unicorn. So what it does is, when this unit attack hits the Vanguard, you may... There's no cost of this, right?
No, one of your rearguard plus 2000.
Oh, so one of your rearguards gains plus 2000 and Rescue.
No,
so,
I mean this card gets rescued.
This card gets rescued.
Okay, on hit, 1 unit plus 2000, and then you rescue 1.
Okay, so basically when hit, one of your rearguard gains 2k and you can perform Rescue once. So this is good because, okay, Rescue gives you power up your units. It also gives you counter charge as well, because when you rescue, you can return back a face down damage. You use the Counter Blast so that you can get a new Counter Blast unfit. So very good card because it adds pressure to your opponent. So because your opponent definitely want to guard this. 4 copies of Broken Heart Angel, one of the best common cards in the game. GB1, while a card enters the damage zone, this unit and your Vanguard gains us 2k power, right? So yeah, you're basically going to gain huge power if you combo it, if you manage to stack it up. So defensively it's also very good because if you take damage, most likely your Vanguard is going to gain a huge amount of power, because let's say you have these 2 on the field, you take 1 damage, he gains 2k, then 2k. So you're going to get 4k for each unit. So it's going to make things easier for you to guard. 4 copies. Next, 3 copies of the new card from GBT-07. Counter Blast, Soul Blast 1. When this card enters the rearguard circle and you have control a Gavrail Vanguard,
choose 1 card in your hand, put into the damage zone, and then superior call 1 card from your damage zone, and this unit plus 2000.
Yes.
And then perform Rescue.
Okay. So basically, another card will help you perform Rescue as well. Rescue additional drive checks. Very good. Alright, next is 3 ponies, 2 Million Ray Pegasus. Million Ray Pegasus still good old classic. Wherever a card is added to your damage zone, you gain a 2k power. So very good. Early game it also prevents rush, because if your opponent were to call rear guards and if you take a damage, you're gonna become 11k. So your opponent won't have to boost and attack you, otherwise the attack will fail. 2 copies of this card. It is an anti-Diablo card according to my friend, because it is able to superior call itself during your opponent's turn. So what it does is when this card is at
Send from damage zone to the drop zone.
damage zone to
You
drop.
can superior call this card.
Yeah. So what card you combo with?
Your perfect guard
Oh, you can combo it with your perfect guard.
or
So
your G Guardian, that's the best.
okay, so when you perform rescue, whenever you heal her, during your rescue's effect, due to rescue effect, you can super call to a field. So that means you will surprise your opponent by super calling a unit, and your opponent you won't die to Diablo's effect. So it's very good, a
If
lifesaver.
you heal because of rescue, this card gets 3000.
I see. So it gains additional 3k as well, so you can hit magic numbers. So next, grade 1s, 4 copies of Perfect Guard. The reason why we do not use the G Perfect Guards, well, this is a G Perfect Guard in a way, but we don't use the Unflipper Perfect Guard is because Injured Feather has a lot of ways of unflipping counterblast through its skills, so it's fine. This card is really good as well because it helps you trigger rescue. When this card enters the Guardian Circle and you have a copy of yourself in the damage zone, you may counterblast 1. If you do, perform rescue. Right?
Yeah.
It's very good. So instead of being in the drop zone, if she's in the damage zone, you can perform rescue, which is quite easy because you can always place her easily into the damage zone. Alright. 4 copies of this card. When this card enters the damage from a regular circle.
Enters the regular circle from
the
damage
zone.
zone.
Okay. So you may rescue once.
When it attacks or boosts at the end of the battle, you can rescue 1.
Okay. So the effect is when this card enters the regular circle from a damage zone, it gains a skill. Rescue 1. When this at the end of the attack where this card boosted or attacks, you may rescue 1, right? 4 strike helpers, because this is a strike deck and it definitely helps you with your searching of Gavrail, because you want to definitely write Gavrail for the game. So when this card is placed on the regular circle, you may reveal a grade 3 from your hand. If you do search a deck for 1 Gavrail card and add it to your hand and discard 1 card afterwards. And a strike deck as well, gotta play 4 copies. 3 copies of ponies, because ponies is similar to Million Ray Pegasus, but it's a booster form instead. So it can become a 9k booster, which helps you hit magic numbers with 12k attackers. 9 plus 12, correct. Yeah. So if you have 12k attacker like her, as long as you just put 1 card in the damage zone, you gain a 9k and it's a magic number. Yeah. So let's go on triggers. So first we have the brand new crit trigger from GBT-07. Basically, when you control Gavrail Vanguard and the Vanguard attacks, you may put this guy into soul and draw 1 card, and it gains us 5k, and the Vanguard gains us 5k power. Does this deck have requirement for soul?
Only the grade 2.
Only
The grade 2 and the strike. The one that you can call 1 from Superior Answer.
So this is the only Soul Blast we have in the deck. Next, 3 copies of Critical Hit Angel. It's basically a Flame of Victory. Put this card into the soul and select 1 unit on the field against us 3k power. Very nice. 1 copy of one of the best stand triggers in the game. Count Blast 1 and
Choose 2 cards.
choose 2 cards from a damage zone. So you can choose flip
Face
Count
down,
Blast,
yeah.
face down Count Blast, right? Okay.
Now I know why it's banned.
Yeah, correct. And after that, for the
Shuffle this and the 2 card back to the... Okay, basically,
yeah,
you got 2, right?
Yep.
You counterblast 1,
yep,
shuffle everything back,
correct.
and then you eat 2 damage, and then you draw 1 card.
Whoa, okay. So that's what it does. So basically, it counter charges each art. The counter charge, it draws you 1 additional card. So
And
it's
it
very
powers
good.
up your regards.
Yeah, correct. Because of the effects of like these. So this is a new stand trigger. At the end of it, when this unit attack boosts, you may count plus 1 and perform rescue. After that, shuffle it back to the deck, right?
Counterblast 1, shuffle back into the deck,
Then perform rescue.
then perform rescue. Okay, so you got a chance to check it back.
See. Great card. 4 copies of the heal, one of the best heal in the game, because when this card boosts, it gains a 3k power and you can shuffle it back to your deck. So you'll be able to check more additional heal after trigger checking it to your hand.
It has 4 runner.
Yeah, 4
the broken
Oh, he has 4 runner. Oh yeah, I remember there's one time you used this as a starter before, right?
Because I was
Kamui.
too poor to afford the starter.
Kamui is one of the best heal triggers. Definitely, I remember I played last time with my MLB deck against your Shamsil deck. I think he healed like 5 times. Man, that was crazy. So yeah, now the starter, the black uniform nurse. So when you may counter blast 1 and put her into soul, and basically select 1 face up damage and super card to your record circle and add it to your hand. Yeah.
It's counter blast 1.
Yeah.
Go inside soul, top card go into the damage, then take 1 face up to your hand.
Damn, so confusing. Yeah, true. Yeah. So basically, you can fetch cards from your damage zone to your hand, so it's very good. +1. And of course, let's not forget it's also powers of the regard. Powers of your whole field. So, let's get on to Great Force. 4 copies of Gavrail, the new one.
Counter blast 1.
Okay, you explain that.
Counter blast 1.
Yeah.
Open herself.
Yep.
Then during this turn, during the battle phase,
Yep.
only battle phase,
Yep.
when a card is put into the damage zone, 2 of your units plus 2000 power.
See.
And then at the end of the battle that this card attacks,
Yep.
rescue 2.
So basically, you're gonna try check 3 times. Then after that, check 2 times for additional triggers. Well, that's awesome. And the best of all is it unflips damage. So basically, the combo blast 1 is free lah. Because you do 2 times rescue, you're gonna counter charge 2 times. This is why this card is really, really strong.
Then you can superior call the grade 2. This thing.
Anti Diablo.
Then you can do 1 more attack.
Oh, you can do additional attack.
Then it will plus 3k.
See, true. So you'll be able to solo your opponent's Vanguard as well.
It's like I'm Aqua Force now.
Yes. So 4 copies of the best card in the game. Basically, once per turn, flip a copy of yourself face up, then heal 1. Very simple. So is there any way you specifically take more damage early game just because of the effect or what?
Yeah, you can take like damage, like sometimes you got 10k shield but you need to guard for 5k.
Yeah.
Then you can just take and heal it back later.
Yeah, true. So it's very good. 1 copy of Fabrice because anti-grade lock. Okay, her skill is basically when this unit attack hits the Vanguard, you may look at top 3 cards of the deck and superior call, add that 1 into your damage and superior call 1 card from your damage into your regard circle and it gives us 2k power, right?
Yeah. It's
Nice.
exactly the Gavrail strike break skill.
Oh, so as well as a hit on hit form.
On hit Gavrail skill, yeah.
Right. And this is a new FC card. Activate once per turn, count blast 1 and flip any G card face up. If you have 1 face up damage, see?
Yeah.
If you want face up damage, your front row gains 3k power. Very good because it picks magic numbers in case you do not hit magic numbers of some of your regards. And if you have 5 damage, it gains a 10k power. So if your opponent doesn't have perfect guard and you happen to strike, which is unlikely because this is your first strike, right? Normally.
Always.
The reason why she's the first strike is because she is able to flip up another additional G unit so that you can
GB2.
Yeah, you can straight away jump into your GB2 skill, which gives you a lot of defense. Yeah, you want to go to GB2 skill ASAP because if you take damage, you definitely got to guard for less. Right, so 1 copy of this guy. He's a finisher. When this card enters the Vanguard circle, you may Soul Blast 2, and if you do, shuffle back all your damage into your deck, and then for each card shuffle back this way, you can put it into damage zone face up. So basically, if you have 5 damage and you pull this off, your unicorns on the field and your broken hearts will get really huge, and your opponent probably gonna die from them. So this is a very, very powerful finisher. Next, let's go on G Guardians. 1 copy of the Limit Break 4 G Guardian, which is if you have 4 more damage, 4 or more, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 4 or more damage against a 5k shield, so it's 20k shield when you have 4 and more. Next is the one from the new GB7. It's a GBT-07, yeah. When this card enters the Guardian Circle, you may counter blast 1. If you do, look at the top card of the deck. You may choose it to put at the bottom or the top or bottom of the deck. So it's like the Battle Sister skill back then. And after that, you may perform 1 rescue. So this is really good because after checking, if you see, oh damn, it's a trigger, okay, I'll keep it there because I'm going to put that trigger into my damage zone and give my Regards power. I'll give my Vanguard power if you want more power so they can get additional attacks. So this she is really, really good. because you can do that additional rescue, which will also power up your Vanguard. Yeah, you get the point. Because rescue powers up itself as well. So she's really good for Angel Feathers. I'm really glad that they got an awesome effect like this. So I hope you guys enjoy my friend's deck profile, Vishal's Gavrail deck. Be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe for more awesome deck profiles. Peace out and love you guys. Bye.